Hello everyone and welcome back to Tiny Kitchen Cooks. This is Cameron. I've got a new gadget that I'm going to be testing out tonight. Now this happens to be a vertical style mandolin. I have had many different horizontal style mandolins in the past, so we'll see how this compares. I'm going to be cutting up some nice potatoes into 1/4 inch strips, and I'm going to attempt to make twice fried French fries in the air fryer. So I've already washed my potatoes, I've rinsed them off, and I've removed any extra growth from them. So next, I'm just going to see how this thing does. I'm going to put them directly in there and use it as directed, and we'll see what happens. Now this is kind of hard to see, but basically you change the settings here with these two dials here, and you can change from julienne to 1/4 inch slices, etc. Get that close so you can see that. And on the back here we have a dial for the desired thickness. So I'm going to set this down to about 6 and we'll see what happens. Okay, so first of all I will say this. The suction cups are quite strong, so I'm just going to put that on the countertop and let it stay there. What I do like is that this has a feeder, so that should make it a little bit easier. You have to be very careful with a normal horizontal mandolin because it's very easy to slice your finger if you're not being careful. I'm going to put this in horizontally first, see what happens, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've got one potato loaded up in here. Let's see how it does. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that or not, but I had to dial this down to about 4. We'll see what happens. Right now it was just creating coins instead of slices, so we'll see what happens. Try that again. And here we go. Now, I personally like skin on, so I'm kind of doing this Wendy style, but that seems to have made perfectly good sized French fries. So we'll continue to do with the rest. Okay, so if we look at what is left, that does indeed seem to have made perfectly sized fries. So next, I'm just going to put that into our bowl here, and then I'm going to add some cold water with a little bit of ice. So that's what we're left with. I gotta say, that looks pretty good. We'll wait and see how this comes out. Okay, so as you can see, I've got that into some ice water. So we're just going to let that sit for a few minutes. Once it's completely cooled, then I'm going to do the opposite. We're going to put it in hot boiling water for about 10 minutes and we'll go from there. Okay, so these have now been soaking for a while. We're now going to drain them, allow them to dry, and then we're going to put them in boiling water for about 10 minutes. Okay, add a little bit more boiling water and let that sit for a few more minutes and we'll go from there. So now that has been par cooked. So next we're going to drain this. I'm only going to use about half of this. I'm going to freeze the rest and use it later. It's ready to go. All right, so we're going to take about half of this and put it onto a baking sheet lined with kitchen towel or paper towel, and we're going to just pat everything dry. I'm going to save the rest and freeze them later. So here we go. Alright, so once everything has been patted dry, this is what we're left with. Next, we're going to drizzle with a little bit of olive oil and just season with salt and pepper at first, and then we're going to put it into the air fryer. Give everything a quick toss and then into the air fryer. All right, so we're going to put everything into the air fryer basket. As you can see, I've got a pre-prepared parchment paper lining, and we're going to just toss everything in, set our baking sheet to the side, and I'll see you at the air fryer. All right, I've got our potatoes ready to go into our first fry in the air fryer. We're going to put that in at about 350 degrees Fahrenheit or about 177, 178 degrees centigrade, and for about 13 minutes. So here we go. See you in a little bit. Now that that's been in the air fryer for a while, this is what we're left with. I'll just hold that up a little bit closer so that you can see that. Next, we're going to hit it with a little bit more olive oil, and then we're going to add a little bit more salt and pepper and put it back in on high for another 15 minutes. Give everything a quick stir, then give it a nice shimmy, a nice shake, and back in it goes. We'll see you in a bit, and once our fries are done, then we'll go ahead and go back into the tiny kitchen and we'll cook up a quick steak. See you soon. Alright, so our fries are nearly ready to go, so the last thing I need to do, we just need to cook up this beautiful steak. Now, I have just simply dry brined this in the fridge, which means that you just put salt on it and leave it for a while. This is ready to go. So I've got ready to go nice cast iron skillet. Once we have seared it and created a nice crust, I've got about 2 tablespoons of butter, about 2 teaspoons each of salt and pepper, about 2 teaspoons of dried rosemary, and some garlic cloves that we're going to blemish a little bit and put right into the butter. So here we go. All right, as you can see, this cast iron skillet is rip-roaring hot. It's ready to go. So next, I'm going to take my wireless thermometer and I'm going to insert it into the thickest part of the steak, which is about here, like such. Now, using my app here, you can see that the desired temperature is 57 degrees centigrade, but we're going to take that off at about 49 just to give it time to rest and not overcook. But first, let's give it a nice sear. All right, so this is close to where we want it. Now we're going to just baste everything. So I'm going to remove it from the heat, add it over here, and we're going to just baste. First add in our butter, then our salt and pepper, then our rosemary, and then a few cloves of our peeled garlic. And next, I'm just going to press the garlic, break that up a little bit, return it to the heat and baste for a couple of minutes. Now I'm going to lift up the steak for a moment just because I don't want it to cook further. I just want this butter to come up to heat a little bit. And I'm going to briefly set this on our cooling rack just to relax for a bit. Allow the butter to get nice and brown. And into that I'm just going to add a tiny little bit of flour just to thicken it up and make a nice little sauce. Go ahead and turn off the heat, allow everything to relax, and then we will plate. I'd say it's medium instead of medium rare, but I'll still take that. Now let's take some of the delicious fries that we made. And of course, we'll serve that with some of our delicious sauce we just made. And here you have it, everyone. This is what we're left with. Check out how this came out. Given that French fries were made entirely in an air fryer, I'd say it's on par with restaurant quality. Second of all, pair that with a nice, delicious steak of your choice. Prepare it however you wish. I would say it's a success. As always, if you enjoy my content, consider liking and subscribing. Thank you. So all around, I have to say, this is a pretty darn good gadget. It's much more convenient doing it vertically than doing it horizontally. I don't have to worry about slicing my hands or my fingers. I like it, and this was very inexpensive. Tiny Kitchen Cooks.